Right, so we're going to just do a quick toolbox talk on the sling length and the safe working load of the sling we're going to use. We're going to be lifting 6-meter containers. They're equally loaded, so there's no unequal angles. And what we're going to do is work out the diagonal length. We can use Pythagoras to work it out. This is a 6-meter container. It's 2.4 wide, 2.4 meters wide. But if you just take a tape measure across, or we use Pythagoras, we're going to get that diagonal angle being 6.5 meters. So what we need to do now is work out what would our sling length need to be for each sling. So we're going to use a 4 bridle, but we only calculate for 3. But in this case, we just need the sling length of 2, and that'll give us for all of them. So it's easy. We go 6.5 divided by 1.4. Look at my calculator. 6.5 divided by 1.4 equals a sling length of 4,64 meters. Now, right now, we are carrying 5-meter slings, and they're 5 ton each. So we can easily, the sling length we got is correct, all right? So now let's work out the load that we're going to load. So let's say we're loading 10 ton, because a lot of the containers are just under 10 ton, or on 10 ton, some are heavier. But for these slings, what we do then is we go 10 ton, divide, it's 0.7 for each sling. There's going to be 3, that's the minimum you can calculate. You never calculate 4. So it'll be 10 ton divided by 2.1, sorry, 10 ton divided by 2.1 equals, go back to our calculator, 10 divided by 2.1 equals 4,761 kilogram safe working load per sling. And we've got 5 ton slings, so we're pretty okay. We're okay on the length of the sling, and we're okay on the safe working load of the sling. So we can go ahead, we can lift containers, equal lift, up to 10 ton. The moment we go over 10 ton, we've got to come and calculate. We've got a chain bridle, it's difficult to work with, but we can use the chain bridle, and we use that for unequal loads and stuff. But then we've got to use trigonometry to get to that calculation. Right now we're doing simple lifts, equal loads. 5 meters is long enough. 5 ton safe working load is good for us for up to 10 ton. And we've got the load cell to make sure that we don't go over that. All right. Okay, earlier on we were discussing what size slings we need, what length slings we need. And we need to consider 2 different things here. Working load limit and safe working load. Working load limit, we've got 5 ton slings that we are using, endless slings. And that is the working load limit of that sling. We take our safe working load less than the 5 ton generally, because we need to allow for wind and things like that. We don't really have an issue with that, but we worked out our safe working load. The absolute load that we would need is 4,671 kilograms, or 4.67 ton, to pick up if we were lifting 10 ton using the 4 slings, and we calculated on the 3 slings. So that's the difference between our working load limit and our safe working load, is that the safe working load is what we will use, which is less than the working load limit. And depending on conditions, if we're swinging a load and it gets a jerk, we then need to allow for that. So we'd never use the 5 ton at 5 ton. We'd always use it as less. Sometimes we pick up 3 ton using a 5 ton sling, because that's how we determine our safe working load for the wind and the other factors. Okay, so we're happy to get going. Let's get the rest of our PPE on, and let's get out of here and go and load. Right, here we are standing next to our 85 ton meter crane, professional diving center crane on our rigging truck. And what I want to show you here is this is our remote control unit. So we operate the crane from this remote control, which puts us in a safer position. We're not right next to the crane. If something goes wrong, we're further away. We can go 30 meters, 50 meters away from the crane. It still operates. However, we like to stay a bit closer. And we can talk around the load. We can check it. We can even assist in putting the load down on the ground. We can assist with a tag line while we're using the remote crane unit.
we're at Colesberg. We're at the truck stop, filling up with diesel. Right, we're back from one of our trips, carrying our equipment. We're just doing maintenance on the truck, wash down, double checks, everything's ready for the next run.
In as well.
Oh, yeah, we're getting ready to offload. We're going to place all the stuff down with the other set systems, wet bells, bars, set controls, ECUs, you name it. It's all here, A-frames, set winches, clump weight winches, all the hydraulics, hot water machines, ECUs, the whole work. Busy offloading it now. Some of it's been here from before. This is the last of the set system 3 that's coming down to be offloaded. Another day of painting and preparation, getting Deepworks ready for its trip down to Mossel Bay, Gans Bay area. Right, that's Deepworks standing on the left there. That's a set system on board. That's the operational set system. There's 3 other set systems that have gone by low bed down to Gans Bay. They are spare set systems, they're not operational. And that's the barge, the floating crane, sorry, with the wet bell on, the wet bell skid glass system. You can see it standing there on the deck. It's been lifted off the jetty. And that's down in Gans Bay as well. And we're still running cargo down to Gans Bay. As soon as we finish, it'll be Deepworks by sea, and then we'll start the set courses.